Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Truth of the Matter podcast. We are proud to have you here. Thank you for being part of our little beginning. We appreciate you. Today, we are going to be discussing a very important topic, a topic that has given me so much concern. Does God answer prayers? Is there a deity that listens to our prayers and say yes or no? When we pray, is it supposed to be an interactive section where we are supposed to hear from the person we are talking to, or are we just talking to ourselves? These are questions that keep raising in my mind. Even before we commenced this podcast, we prayed. Before families leave their houses every morning, they pray. Sometimes people pray 2 times a day, 3 times a day, some 4, 5 times a day. But is anybody listening? These are some of the answers we are going to be providing in our discussion today. And if you have an experience where you prayed and God answered, or where you prayed and your prayers were able to change something or change the situation, please share your personal experiences on the comment section. Let us educate ourselves. My name is Mr. Fab, and I have here with me my co-host.
My name is Emma Ogoke. I'm one of the co-hosts. I welcome you to the Truth of the Matter.
My name is Amarachi Onyema. I'm one of the hosts today.
Okay, our guest today is a very intelligent young man, right? Someone who has been at the front line of religious teaching. In fact, you are going to learn more about this man, but there is something significant about him I want to talk about. This man went through the seminary Catholic priesthood formation, studied philosophy and theology, and one morning he picked up his bag and walked out of the gate. Formators, director, classmates, friends, family, they started calling him. They said, "Where are you going? You will soon be a priest." Even the former bishop of Owerri Archdiocese, Archbishop Obina, he said, "Come, my son, where are you going?" He said, "No, I'm going on a journey of self-discovery. I want to discover, I want to know. I don't want to follow patterns and teachings that were there. I want to know God for myself." And he left. He left a background that people were even dying to be in. Men, I am not going to talk more about this because we are going to have enough time to discuss what inspires this guy's exit from the seminary when he was almost becoming a priest. But for now, please guys, welcome Ludes. Thank you for being here, bro.
Thank you, Mr. Fab.
It's been a long time. I think since the days of minor seminary, after it's over 20 years, I have not had to have this interaction with you.
It's actually been very long. We've never really seen, but we've been close despite the distance.
We've been communicating.
Yes. I'm very, very glad, very much glad to be here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you're welcome. So today we go straight to the topic: does God answer prayers? But then we are going to start from having an understanding of God, having some kind of a definition of God. Anybody can just give us a definition of God?
Well, the concept of God is a very, very interesting concept as long as man is concerned, because there is that consciousness in everyone thinking that there is a being somewhere who is looking over me. So it is just there. The consciousness is there in everybody. It's as old as man himself. So it's a very, very significant issue. And,
some kind of a supreme being that
yes,
is above man. So do we have any other, do you have any contradictory?
An immortal being who is sinless, who doesn't sin, who is righteous, holy and just.
Immortal, underline that way, I like that. Ludes, do you have any different opinion?
Actually, the truth is, I would definitely have something different, Now, he said a supernatural being. She said someone immortal. But then, in my own going by what they said, it brings me the question, how did we get to measure this thing? Immortal, sinless, someone supreme. How did we get to, or did we just conclude that just because of, yes, I was born by my father was born by the father, so definitely there was one father there, you get, which is, if you continue going into, yes, it's logical in thinking. But then, for me, I think that is a subjective mind. We just subjected that concept, like you called it, to a micro.
So do you have a contradictory definition of what God is?
Now, in the first instance, do you really believe that there is a being, there is God?
Yeah.
Before you can now define whom that God is.
I mean, this question, do I believe? I don't think my belief comes first. Because even you that believed, before you said you believed, you had to hear what you want to believe in. You get? So for me, if you ask if I believe that something didn't just happen on its own.
Good.
There is a purpose. There is a reason. Something made something be. But where I come to stand aside is where you now say, it is God. You get? It is God. You now ask yourself, what is God that we are asking? But we've never really answered that question, what is God? We are only speculating or stating attributes of what we think or come to understand what a God should be. Someone supreme.
So what is
Someone
God to you?
above us.
What is God to
God
Ludes?
itself is a title which we use to ascribe to that which is more than us, to that which we can't reach. Now, if you say that, you can't then subject it to that being the thing, because that's what we want to get to understand. The thing, the source, the only thing. You get? God is anything that you feel is above you. You get? Something that you can run to. For example, like a child going to the father. The child has the dad because the dad stands strong. The dad is the one to protect. The wife goes to the dad, to the husband, because so anything that stands for you in that manner, because this is you.
This your anything now.
Anything.
In your own understanding, this your anything. Is it spiritual?
It can be anything.
No, but to you,
It's both. It's physical.
it can be
it's-
spiritual.
Like I said,
okay,
anything
for the
falls-
concept of this discussion, let us refer to that God we are talking about as the supreme being. Whether it is from your definition of, is that supreme being that we all feel is above humans and we can always run to whenever we have something challenging or something bigger than us.
Okay.
Is that going to be, that's acceptable? So that takes us to the second thing I would like us to define in order to guide the answer to this very question, does God answer prayer? Now, what is prayer? What can we have an understanding of the word prayer?
I can say that prayer is a medium. One communicates with his or her God in a certain way, not just anyhow.
That medium of communication. Yes. I like that medium of communication. Now, do you agree with her?
It doesn't define what prayer is.
In our context, okay, in our context, she is correct.
Okay.
But in a broader context, it goes beyond that. If I come
What
to
do you want
you
to
now,
ask?
yes, if I
Yes.
come to you now, say, Mr. Fab, I've seen that you have the capacity to give me so and so thing. Please give it to me.
That is you
please.
praying to me.
Yes, I'm praying to you. That is prayer. Are you getting the point? That is the broad concept.
Yeah, but in this
of
concept
prayer.
of
So prayer is
God,
conversation.
That
I'm
is, yes.
trying
That,
to
no,
answer
no.
her, so
It's
she's
not really
right.
conversation as it were.
Communication.
When I see that you are above me in a particular issue, I now come up with a prayer.
You
to
can pray to me.
Are you getting?
Yeah,
That is
I
why,
guess.
when you go to the law court,
Yeah.
they will tell you that. And his counsel
chief judge, they are
prayed the
praying.
court. Prayed the court. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
The court is an institution that is above you, as long as a particular context is concerned.
Okay.
Are you getting the point? So, but as we narrow down to spiritual affairs, now her definition comes in,
which is what we need.
perspective, and that is what we are
So do
talking
you agree
about.
with her, Ludes?
I'll let it be as Mr. Mav said, but still,
Okay.
prayer is, well, she said in the context of the Christian fold, like that is what actually they say prayer to be, a medium of interaction
Not only
between
the same
the lesser person, between the lesser person and the higher person,
Yes.
between the lesser and the higher.
Accepted. So, this your God that you believe in, or this your God, or this your God. Does that your God answer prayers?
I
And
didn't
please,
say
on what manner or in which manner does this God answer prayers to you? Because me personally, I want to learn the right way to pray for me to be able to
Mr.
communicate
Fab,
with God.
for me, there was never a time I said there is a God I believe in.
No, but
Okay, you
but
just believe
but
in
you
anything.
you
No, I
consent.
didn't say that.
When you were defining
asked me
God
what
as
God
it were,
is
you
according to my understanding, and I defined it. But I didn't say I believe.
now if you define
or I have something I call God.
it means that you defined him from the point of belief.
Understanding, from the point of understanding, what I've come to understand.
You can't understand something without believing in that thing.
I understand that this is a dog.
If you
Do I believe?
if you understand that this thing is a dog,
Beliefs gives you some other certain level of bonding, closeness. Like you now really into this thing. You know this thing, just like you believe in your dad. Even if your dad doesn't say anything, you know, as long as you have come to the understanding that this is my father, you know that he can never mislead you.
Do you ever pray?
Prayer, no.
You don't
So
pray.
you just wake up and
Prayer,
start off
no.
the day like that.
Do you ever talk to you defined God as this spiritual being, no, this person that is higher than you. Okay. Now, do you ever talk to this person?
Like I said,
that
I
is
don't have a
higher?
God. So there is no person or being, supreme or not, I talk to. I need you to understand me.
Okay, you
get
just
the
Okay,
point.
I'm trying to think about it.
See,
If you don't
see,
have a God,
See,
how?
the matter is-
remember, we're trying to define that which is already, like you began. It's a concept. Already, everybody knows about it. It's been there since. This knowledge has been there, whether taught in school, in church, or wherever at home. So it is embroidered in each and every one of us. But I'm trying to come from another side, which is that side I am in. I don't believe in a God. I didn't say I believe in a God, but I've come to understand what a God is. Because there's a question you can bring up, like, what is a God and who is a God? You start from what is a God, then that comes in the attributes. According to her, immortal,
Higher
sinless, higher, comes to you in your time of need. Then who?
Is a God.
It is that person who carries this quality. That's why I
Responsibility.
asked, okay, this is a dog. A dog bites. When you check all those attributes, whatever does those things, you conclude that is a dog.
Back to this question: what is God to you?
I've said it. That is the definition of God.
Which is a higher human?
Anything higher than you, you fall back to, you go back to.
Do you
But
ever
you just
pray
said
to
you
that
don't
thing
have
that
a
is?
God now.
Yes, I don't have such entity
about people that
as we
have-
put in it, because it's an entity to each and every one of us, or a being. I don't have that.
Okay.
What do I have?
Okay. What do you have?
Like
That's-
I
that's
began,
that.
that I understand that there is a purpose for everything. There is something responsible for everything there is. There is something. I didn't say there is a being.
Okay, there is something
There is something.
responsible.
But what could that be?
Okay,
It
that
could be a
means
force.
It could be
an energy.
just
It
like
could be
just
anything.
like scientists theorize
No, no, no.
the Big Bang theory. It could be something like that. That there
It
was a
could
Big
be.
Bang somewhere,
But what
and then
what
existence
we all
came to
cannot
be.
disagree is that something or a purpose caused everything to be.
Yeah.
Why am I getting to this point is because if we broaden, we see that we are not just the only one here. But when we go to God and the way we've been taught about it and the way we hold it, it's because we've been subjected to continue to think that we are the only one at the center of the universe or the galaxy or anyone who wants to put it, or the earth. We humans, we are just that prize, that only thing. It keeps us enclosed. That's what I keep saying. It subjects us down to a narrow path, and then we still boil down to what? Christian view.
So when situations are above you, or situations you consider spiritual, what do you do?
What do? I ask myself questions. I don't run to anybody. You get? I go to myself. First of all, that's what you do. That's
Okay,
what
let
I
me
do.
ask you in person. How did you come to be?
How did I come to be?
Yes,
My
as
dad and mom gave birth to me.
Narrow it down.
Yes,
Go
we will
back.
keep narrowing
Go back.
till the first person.
Good. And who was that first?
That first person is the first people that were here that made it be.
How did they come
What
to
brought
be?
them
Now,
into
how did it
existence?
be is because we were not the only ones that came to be. We have animals, we have plants, we have stones, we have water, we have the air we breathe, we have these other things that are here with us. But it's because of we are so centered, we think we are
The only ones.
the only thing. We so focus on us, and that's why we destroy a lot of things. We take other things for granted.
Okay,
who
now-
But
created
calm
those
down.
things you're talking about?
There's no
Thank
who.
you.
What made
How
the
did
what?
it come about?
This is how you come about it, because you're asking me who gave birth to me, right? Now I have to combine the whole generation and see where it falls down. Now, if you're broadening your mind and combine the whole creation together, it's just like, okay, let's take color for example. You bring the 7 colors, which there are more than 7 colors, but you bring the whole colors together and you mix it up. What are you going to get?
Black.
A particular color now.
You won't get any particular color. You get a mixture of every color, and then you can get it whatever you want to get it. But it is not a particular color. It's not going to be red, yellow, white, or anything. I get the point now. So if you add we human beings, water, air, all these things, the world, like if you can just open your mind and think, how big is the world actually? How big is the universe? To the extent you can, then add everything together. Then whatever you get, you can use it to have a picture of what made all these things be.
Okay.
But because of it's just us for now, we see ourselves, right, more as the only those who do things. But do you know how many hours the ants work per day? They do things too. Do you take note of that?
Yes, of course.
No, you don't take note of that.
No, I
You
take
see them in
note
your
of
house,
it.
you
No,
step
no,
on
they
them.
are- no.
Cockroaches. I mean,
No,
cockroaches,
no.
yes, rats, all
No,
these
no.
things. They have what they are doing, despite they are not nice to us. We don't like them. Rivals. But they have what they are doing. You can ask yourself, what is the purpose for housefly in creation?
The housefly has
beautify
even
No.
even if I don't know the purpose of
Everything
the housefly,
beautifies the earth.
okay?
Okay.
At least
Everything
there is a
beautifies
reason
the
why
earth.
there is a reason why God allowed them to exist.
He-
God created them, even though you
Created,
don't
whatever
believe in
created
that
it,
God.
created it for a purpose.
Okay,
Uh-huh,
for
that
there
is
to
it.
be
Now that's why
Now,
I said there
take
is a
us
reason
human
why
beings.
God created them.
Take us human beings back, like you said, take it to the source. Now, if you that narrow it back to the source, you just want to embody this God as
the one that created.
no having us, being us, because we came from Him. He's still gonna end up like us. That's why we say human. But we now, out of respect and out of Him being God, we say supreme being. But we're still subjecting Him to just a being. When out of creation, what busted out of creation was not just beings.
It was not just even humans.
No.
There are animals, there are
That
trees,
came.
there
So
are
all these
also-
things are also part of that creation.
So
That's,
what since there are creation, it simply means there is a creator or there are creators.
there is something that made it.
So what do you think
You
that
get the
made
point.
this
Now,
thing?
there are something that made it.
That thing
So what
that-
do you think
let,
that
let
made?
me be humble enough to say that if you ask me, there is no specific name I can give to this thing. You get?
Yeah.
Because when you do name something, it belongs to you, it becomes yours.
Yeah.
It becomes subject to you. When you buy a dog, this is my pet, Bingo. Whenever you call it Bingo, it comes to you alone.
Now let me ask you.
Wait, I'm coming. It belongs to you alone. It's yours. You have a child, Chukwemeka. Nobody else owns that child or can claim that child but you. Now, if I do that, same to this, which is much more way bigger than myself, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to monopolize it. I'm trying to make it mine. And that is how, if I get to that point, I try to sell it. And that is how religion went out. You start monopolizing, selling it, telling people, this is what is. And when people buy your idea, they stay under it. That's why there is a teaching about. But when I leave it open to myself, I stand in the possibility or the ability to what? Be open-minded, because
It becomes a
it
self-discovery.
becomes open, because that is what existence is in the first place. It is not supposed to for you to enclose your mind.
But don't
It's
you
all about
think,
me.
Don't you think that religion now gave us a pattern to think through?
No, it didn't.
No,
It
but
provided,
there is control.
it provided us
It
some
took
kind of
control.
okay,
there
it
is a
provided
question I
us
want
some
to
kind
ask
of
you.
a
There is a
guidance.
question I want to ask you.
Okay.
Do you have consciousness in you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you believe that you have consciousness in you. Now, this God you have defined at the beginning of these interactions, do you think he has consciousness in him?
Like I defined that God can be anything you set above you, anything you see that stands beyond your capability, you give it that title.
Therefore, does he have consciousness in him?
Everything has consciousness. Reality is consciousness.
No,
itself.
what you are saying is that
What I'm saying is everything.
that thing you are referring to
It
has
has
consciousness.
its own.
in
That's
him.
why you can
Okay,
interact
okay,
with
okay.
it.
And now he is responsible for creation, right?
No, we're not talking about creation.
No, because I want to take you somewhere. There was something
So what
at our
is
first
responsible
session.
for creation?
What is responsible for
I
creation?
think that will bring us to understanding what God is to me and you. What is responsible for creation?
Me, I'm trying to remove that title from that.
So if you remove that
which is
title,
responsible
what will
for
you use and
creation,
replace it?
I'll still say a force. I'll still say energy, because like I was trying to say sometime that if you delve into reality itself, reality, which is what we can interact with, what we see, what we can communicate with, what we come to understand as existence, you see that it's all embodied in energy. As I'm sitting down here, I'm emanating some amounts of energy. That's why you can see sweat, you can feel the heat. You get? If you break me down, I am going down to subatomic level of energy. Everything.
Do you know?
You get?
do you
So
know,
it goes back to a certain energy that made this thing be. But I'm not trying to relate it to the Big Bang theory or
Yeah,
evolution.
yeah.
No. But what I'm trying to say is that this energy, which I'm terming it here now, which each and every one of us can have our own ideology or tag for it, now has it embodies every aspect of reality as you see in it, meaning everything comes out of it.
Okay, now
You get?
I think you are having an issue here. the issue you are having is you do not want to use the concept of God.
Yes,
you don't
thank
want to
you.
use the name God.
Thank you.
But not using the name God does not mean that the thing that performs the work that God performs does not exist.
Because
if I had a chance to define God like you guys defined it, right? To me, I believe that God is that thing that put in place everything that be. His name might not literally be God.
That is it.
Okay.
He might not be in heaven or in hellfire, because I don't believe he's in heaven or anywhere. He might just be somewhere here, but invincible, right?
there, yes.
But his name is not God, because human beings gave him God. But he's there.
So
He's
you-
there.
But the truth is, that's not why we gave it God.
But do you agree to that?
But do you
At
agree
least-
that
at
there
least
is-
this explanation he
That's
has
what I've
given,
been saying,
yeah.
but I'm trying to
Do you
remove
agree
that
to
tag.
it?
Why? Because like language.
Okay,
When you understand,
if we remove this
if
tag,
you remove that tag,
let's have a positive
you will
conversation.
see-
Let's have a positive
Okay.
conversation. Now let's remove this tag for the sake of this conversation and give it a name, so that we know that we are talking to that thing that created everything that we see. Because if there is creation,
you believe that?
there is creator or creators. So what do we call these creators?
okay, he writes here now. Let's just agree. Let's give it A. A.
A.
Like A, the letter A. Let's give it
letter
A.
Okay.
Okay, now
A is the cause for everything that exists.
A is the cause
And
of
probably
everything
that
that
A
exists.
happens
Now,
to be God.
No, calm down.
To us,
Calm
no,
down.
We don't want. No,
Calm
we
down.
are saying that we
Calm
don't
down.
want to
We
give
don't
him
want
that
to.
tag.
Calm down.
For us to have an
Yes.
understanding.
Let us just
Why I'm
agree
trying
that
to remove
he is A.
why I'm trying to remove that tag is because of the understanding we have about that tag and how that tag came to be.
Okay.
It is not the same with A.
So
Are you
the
getting my
problem
point?
is
Calm
not with
down.
the name.
This is why I'm trying to differentiate it.
Yeah.
Because if you keep mixing the both, how you relate with it is going to have
So
a problem.
you believe that
Because,
you believe
see,
that
see,
there is
A,
an A that
A
made
now.
everything that
A.
that came to
A.
be.
A itself has nothing to do with, because when you said, do I believe that God made that creation, or I'm trying to tell you that A itself made everything be, set everything in place, and everything goes as it was preordained, and at like there are things that you light a match, fire comes.
Let's not-
It
let's not
does not.
stress.
Where I'm coming to
Yeah,
this is
okay.
this: A does not let her run. You get? A does not let her run. Come in to the play. A has done its job.
Okay.
A exists,
Okay.
but A has done its job. Now this job keeps rolling. It's like a movie. You want to watch a movie, you go to your TV set and you slot in your disc. It rolls, it plays. You don't intervene for that play to play. You have put it, you have pressed play, and it is playing. You don't go into the play to correct some one or two at any point in time. You just sit back and watch it play, because this is what you have done. You let your work go for you. The work is going for it. Are you getting the point?
No, nothing is supervised.
Calm down, calm down,
That's-
calm down.
that's
That's
A.
not what I said.
Let me help you. Let me
That's
help
not what
you.
I said.
Is it right to say that this A dissolves itself into different things?
Extension of itself.
Human being,
Thank you.
animals,
Extension.
plants.
That's why the
ooh.
consciousness you asked about me, and I told you everything has consciousness. Now you said I should take it back. If you take it back, it goes back to A. A expanded itself,
So,
and it keeps playing.
Okay.
So
When-
it is
when-
wrong.
Wait,
It
now,
is
I
wrong.
want to ask
Sorry,
you-
sorry, sorry.
When A dissolved itself into
It did not shrink. It
every other
extended
thing.
itself.
Okay, so
It didn't
so
leave
he
existence.
is still there. He's still there.
It is still
as
there.
an entity.
and probably
You see
that
there as an
A
entity.
protects you and provides whatever thing
No, no,
you
no,
need.
No, no, no.
That's not
In
what I'm
his
saying.
understanding, A cannot protect A. A cannot protect itself.
Thank you.
You are already
So you
the
just
A.
protect
You
yourself.
are the
You are already the A.
Existence is the A.
This guy has a point.
It runs.
Oh my God.
It does not intervene because it's the one. Okay, let's say he.
So you are trying to
let's
say that
he.
even the
It
plants.
is still he. Just like even now, for example, we've not gone there, but let me say, if you now go to the scripture, you tell you, I and my father are one. Now, the Christian or Catholics will try to explain to you that even while Jesus was here, it is still the Father that was here. It is still the Holy Spirit that was here. But yet, it is the Son.
3 in 1 now.
3 in 1, but they are the same. They are one. They are this thing. But yet, each has its role. But it's just one thing. Are you getting the point? So you can't tell me that this one thing is trying to kill itself again.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Now, let me
A
tell you
is
something,
everything that is. As I'm here, I'm A. So if you necessarily have to put that tag on it, you still come back to me and say, I am that tag. I am God.
So if I say we are God, the ants are God, the plants are
Everything
God, the waters
is,
are God,
yes.
everything is God. They
That's
rolled
why
out.
we need to remove
They
the A,
protect
because
themselves.
if you put it like that, it causes that problem of understanding, because
Yeah.
that tag has a stamp
So we
on
don't
it
even
already, and you
necessarily
cannot
need to
go
pray.
away. You cannot go away from that stamp. That's where the problem comes in. That's how my dear was trying to ask me that she can't be with someone who doesn't believe in the tag. In the tag. You need to believe in the tag for you to be accepted as one who knows the tag. But I'm saying that is not the game. That is not the thing.
Yes.
You get? Because you are subjecting the tag. You're making it your own. You're removing it from A. You're removing it from that which is. You get? And that is wrong. That's you, because you cannot. You are just contradicting yourself.
Now, for the sake of understanding of the audience who might not know how we came about A and B, is let's replace back A with the word God, and now say that you are trying to say that God rolled out himself and started to make everything that be. Some part of him formed into plants, some part of him formed into humans, some part of him formed into water, some part of him formed into the sun to give light, some part of him became this, and some part of him became this. So everything that exists is just an example of God.
Which is not a he. Sorry, I just.
Oh, sorry, I have to say he.
And
So
you
everything
see,
that
You see,
exists.
you have to say he. That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm trying to-
That tag has a concept
It's
that has
the
built
name of
into
God.
us.
Yeah. We've tried to understand. So you're trying
But
to say that
if the audience
everything
can
that
understand
exists-
that what we call God now has no specific definition or entity or characteristic attributed to it, that outside that nothing else can come in. If they can do that, if they can live themselves above that, then they're gonna have a beautiful image of that which we call God.
So basically, there is not even a God anywhere. You are already the God that you are expecting to be.
Thank you.
Ludex,
Yes.
you said that this entity that extended itself to what we can see today, everything around us, including us. I think I heard you say that he is still an entity. His status as an entity is still there for him. Now, I really want to put it to you that we are still in the same perspective. That is why the scripture says that in him we have our being. In him we have our being. And out of him, everything created was created. So, but it's just that probably you are seeing it from a philosophical point of view. But it tallies together with that in which the scripture has said.
All right. If we are going scripturally, you've quoted the Bible, right? Now we go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, all talks about creation. Now, in the course of creation, we all agree that sometime he, since I'm quoting scripture, he said, let us. If you go to some of the actual texts before the translation and transliteration of these earlier texts, the word there is Elohim. And history has it, and some studies too have it, that Elohim never means a trinity. Let me start from there. It doesn't mean trinity. Neither does it mean one God with three calling up on the sun. And now, Elohim is a title given to certain level of beings. You get, for example, like we have angels. But inside the angels, there are archangels, there are seraphims, cherubims, you get. So now, let's take, for example, seraphims came together and say, let us go down to Babylon and do something. Talking to fellow cherubims or seraphims. And they came together to do this thing. So Elohim is not even, like according to the real translation of that passage, Elohim is not the God we're trying to understand here. No. He's not that one. Elohim is a higher level of being. Just as we can say angels are higher level in creation of beings, right? Since you said we are beings, animals are beings, so we have different levels of beings.
Living
so we
beings.
no
Living
beings. No.
Living beings.
Beings are not just the only thing living. You get
there are
But do you
beings
believe
are not just the only
there
things.
are angels or higher beings somewhere? Do you
all
believe
I would
that
say,
one?
there are levels of beings. You get? Because even if you go to scriptural, there was a time he talked about giants, the Nephilims. There are also beings but they are way much more than we. If you go down to the old ruins of ancient history, like in Egypt, in Mesopotamia, in some of these, even in Mexico, some of these old ruins where they go and you see all these inscriptions on the walls, you see images whereby we have bigger image of a human being and smaller ones, not smaller ones of children, full-grown men, but smaller. Full-grown images holding up the normal size of we knowing of a lion. You get? But this image is so big that the lion is just like a teddy bear in the hand. And these are historical facts whereby these people came, just to make us understand that there are beings that have been here, or there are beings that were here, and even today we know that there are. I didn't know which one.
Okay, so what do we call this your concept of belief? I don't want to call it a religion. What do you call this your concept of understanding? What do we call it?
Many will say, he's a free thinker, he's an atheist, he's a humanist.
No, you're not an atheist because you believe in God. You
No,
believe in that force. You don't believe in
atheists
God.
do
You don't believe in God. But from our discussion,
You believe
your
that there is
definition
something.
of God, which we called A, is almost the same definition that Christians give it,
Could
and
be
every other person
anything
give it.
that
That is
But then,
No.
what do we call this thing you believe in?
Okay. Actually, truthfully, I've never for once sat down to actually give it something. But since you're asking now, this is what I'm going to still say. Just like I said, I left that table open.
Okay.
Why? This is my own decision. Like I said, everybody gives theirs, whatever they want. I left mine open. Why? Because my person, me, I like to know. I like to be free. I like to explore.
Okay.
So coming to the belief, I have come to believe that this is the same sort of consciousness that made A extend.
Okay.
It is still that same thing. I'm just exhibiting.
Back to what you were talking about, levels of beings.
Yes.
Now, do you, in this thing you believe in, I think we can call it humanity, or we can call it godliness. I just want us to give it a name so that it can guide our discussion.
that force.
And in that force you believe in. And now you talked about levels to beings, right?
We
Do
doesn't
you
subject
think-
to human
Do
beings.
you think there is beings that are above us now? Because human beings are assumed
Yes,
to be the biggest
yes,
being.
that is the problem I've been trying to correct. Yes, and
believe.
yes, and yes again.
Now.
Not just believe, it is fact.
Okay, it's a fact.
Okay.
It is a fact.
Okay.
Because if we diverge from this topic we're discussing, religious, and start going to some other topic that really talks about these things, you come to see that we are not the only one. We are not even the center of creation. And by we, I mean we human beings here, the animals here, the ants here. We are not just the only one in existence.
So there are things that
There
are
are
in the spiritual that we
no.
cannot see.
I'm not talking about spiritual now.
Okay.
I'm talking about physical.
Okay.
Let me put it like this. There are other lands. There are other, how will I call it?
Okay, say other planets.
Other worlds. No, let me not use the word planet because like I've always said, language is that problem we have. Conceptualizing of language. You
Because
get
people
it,
here
it subjects
before
us. It subjects us to a certain level of thinking.
Yeah.
But when you try your best to, expand beyond that, you'll be able to open up. So I'm trying to tell us that this our world here is not the only world there is. So if we go outside, that is why I've been standing since.
Excuse me, the world you're talking about is it the earth?
This earth, yes, this earth I'm
Good.
talking about. Do you get? It will also help you because why I was trying to remove that tag ever since, because if you keep that tag subjects you to have that thinking that it is just this world there is. And the much you can think of now is there is heaven, there is hell.
Yeah.
And for some, there is purgatory.
You believe those things?
Not believe, like I'm saying, let's keep belief to be the latter thing that comes. Fact comes first. Understanding comes second. When you see a fact, you try to understand it by your research and trying to get other feedback. Is this original or not? You get? Then when you can prove that this is concrete, then what do? Belief now comes in.
Yes.
But if we go back now to the religious part we're talking about, beliefs come first.
Yeah, but
That's
there
why
was-
you guys
So
have been
back to,
hammering on
see-
belief.
back to my simple question. Now, we all accept that there are higher beings from your teaching. There are higher beings in another world. Probably higher than we are, because we are not the only creation. Now, because we defined prayer as praying to someone above us, is it okay to pray to these higher beings?
Good, thank you. Now you brought this in. Now, if we go scripturally, why do you think God in the Bible told us through the Bible, I'm a jealous God. Don't have any other God. He still used the same God. Now we dey break them down. Leave that thing.
Don't have any other God.
Don't have any other God outside me. Meaning what?
There are
It
other
simply
gods.
means that
Calm
there
down.
is something you can still name a God for yourself.
No, calm down. He's also telling you that there is something like me out there too, but I don't want to go into him.
No.
Please
He's telling
prove me
you you
wrong.
can create your own God.
Are you speaking in place of
yourself.
God? I'm just quoting the Bible.
You're quoting the Bible. He said it because you can.
He
actually
gave names.
you
He
can
gave
actually
names.
create something
Molech.
and still call it
God
God.
mentioned Molech. He also mentioned the God in Babylon and I think Syria. You get? And specifically, he has issues with some of these deities he mentioned in the Bible. And when I say he, I'm just trying to quote the Bible.
Quote us, yeah.
Yes, you get. There are names mentioned, especially this God. Don't go to him. He will make you sacrifice your children to him. So he's not subjecting it or making you understand that I'm saying don't carve idol. No, he's already telling you that there is a God
There are other
you shouldn't
gods.
go to
Yeah, there are other
that
gods.
does things. When Israelites were leaving Egypt, actually, for fact check, Israelites were never in Egypt for slavery or whatever. Now, when they were leaving Egypt,
According to the Bible,
yes, according to the Bible,
not by fact
he
check.
told them not to carry what? The gods they have been serving there. They should come out freely.
Yes.
They shouldn't come with anything they have had there. The jewelries or whatever, they should keep it behind. Are you getting the point? Now, this now goes down to Moses now explaining for them that they shouldn't carry some of the statues, some of the things. But the statue is not the God itself.
They were trying to
He
represent
said, yes,
a particular
thank you,
God
to show
image.
them how it is. Just like for us today. That's why we have statue of Virgin Mary, we have pictures of Jesus. It's the same thing. But then the Catholics or the Christians will tell you, it is not that thing we are worshiping. Are you still seeing rundown of the same thing that has always been? So it didn't just start today. But I'm just putting the Bible, which we are using to understand this tag,
Okay,
God.
now in the Bible, we have seen an establishment of God. He also made a comment and said, "Don't worship other gods," which means Bible has established God and gods. From your teaching and your understanding of what you believe in, we have established beings ourselves, and also we have higher beings. This explains it for me. I want to understand something. Because we said prayer, we can pray to someone above us, either a chief judge, a president, a senior, a father, someone above us. Don't you think we can as well pray to these beings that are above us?
That is what we're already doing. That is the prayer we pray.
Okay, the question now.
That is why,
No, the
sorry.
question now
That's
is-
why one being that is higher than us told us, don't go to this
Other
other being.
gods, other
I will do it
beings.
for you. Let me be your...
Trying to monopolize us.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ludex.
Yes.
We have been able to establish the fact that there are beings higher than we are, that some of us run to for help in terms of needs. Okay? Some of us believe that, look, now that I have a need, this being can solve it for me. So let me consult him, or let me consult it, or let me consult
Them.
And let me consult her.
Are you getting
Let's
the point?
be
Or let me
honest.
consult her, because there are some people that will worship goddesses. Are
Because
you getting
they are.
the point?
Female God.
Because
They
that
are
is
goddesses,
what they
yes.
feel that is their God. Now, when you consult this being, some of us now who are Christians also consult the person they consider the supreme being. Now the question is, this consultation we have summarized as prayer. Do these beings answer them?
Now, if we have come to understand what prayer is, which we say an interaction, communication, spiritually or physically, however, but there is that exchange of intention. Exchange of intention. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
I need something. You go to who you feel, you think, and make it happen. And he or she is like, okay, I need something from you. I'll do it. But you also need to, I'll do
Do this
whatever.
for me.
You get? We all can agree that. Good, thank you. Now, based on answering prayer, that is answering prayer now.
Good.
But if we now want to subject it, because just like you say that the Christians believe that theirs is supreme.
Yes.
How do they come to believe that?
Everybody
Because
believes
they
God is
have,
supreme.
thank you. I believe my dad is the best dad.
Okay.
Every child
So I
does
have
that.
a
Every
question.
grown-up does that.
Your dad answers both the spiritual ones and the physical ones.
No, what I mean is, I'm trying to give you that mindset every child has. My dad is the best dad. My dad is stronger than your dad. You have seen where kids argue now.
Yeah.
They will even fight you for it. My dad is the best dad. My dad has the best car. My dad, I say it's a lie. You get, my mom can cook more than your mom. This is the mindset behind. And that sticks in. It sticks more in if through the line of growth, the parent is able to, meet that expectation of that child. Whether they can or they cannot, but they know their responsibility that they can't fail this child. They need to come clean. That's why a dad will gladly take up 3 jobs, the mom will take up 2, just to make sure that what? That child, thank you. You get? Now, if we have come to understand that there are other beings that are more than us, that has power, even this one we are trying to serve also recognizes
that they are other ones.
Good. But don't go to them. It means that they too are capable of doing the things this one tells you he can do. But I want to be the only one you come to for that.
Yeah.
Please don't go to him. You get? So, I think that has been established already. Yes, there are beings, which we call God, that do answer when we call on them, in as much as we do what they want to. So what I'm saying is, we have already come to understand that there are these supreme beings that answer things. But if we actually tell ourselves the truth, we see that they are also limited.
Okay.
You get? In a way. Because they don't answer everything.
Okay, do we establish this point that
There is a
these
particular
beings, we are free to pray to them? Because we feel they are higher than us. We have established that point already and we have agreed. Now, when we pray to these beings, either you are praying from Asia or you are praying from Africa or you are praying from Europe, when you pray to these beings, do they respond? Do they answer us? This is the next angle I would like us to discuss.
Okay, but that will not take us to personal perspective, because every individual, like you say, from Asia, they have what they all understand and believe. This one works for us.
Yeah.
That's why every culture has theirs. What works for them? The Igbo people, we have ours before. And it is not this culture we have now.
Yeah.
That was working for us. But we have been destabilized, taken out, given another one. That is why it doesn't work for us, no matter how good you see it. But it doesn't negate the fact that that natural air that flowed and has put everything to still continue flowing, despite the coming in of all these other beings once in a while. It doesn't stop those things from happening. It will keep happening.
So,
are you getting my point? Let me just give a very valid example.
Okay.
The sun will always keep shining during the day.
Yeah.
The moon will always come out during the night. That is...
Which is a particle of God.
Thank you. It has been established. So no other being can intervene. Even if they have to intervene, we'll see it. We'll see the sign maybe when the moon gets red or whatever, or the sun. But the divine has made it be. You get?
Okay,
So in reality, what we're even
Divine,
calling,
because it is a divine thing. When thinking about
You guys are
it, it
confusing
is not
me
religious.
now.
I'm trying to remove your mindset from monopolizing it. You
Okay,
get?
let me
Making
ask-
it your own thing.
Let me ask you,
Yes.
these other beings now, these other beings now, you acknowledge that it's existing together with, okay, the ones Christians call the supreme being. At least from their own perspective, from the perspective of people who are serving those beings, they believe that those ones are supreme. Are you getting the point? Now, is there anywhere, maybe in their books or in their consciousness or whatever, where those beings also commanded their adherents not to go to any other being, especially the one Christians believe in?
How did we come to this conclusion? Is because by virtue of our location, our geographical location, our existential circumstance, which means that we were colonized. You know, when we bring all those things into view and measure them, you see that we're speaking still from one side.
Yeah.
As Christians, nothing else. How did we become Christians? That is what will answer your question. You get the point? How did we? We became Christians by being colonized. We were given something else. Now, remove our colonization. Remove now that we're Christians and all these things. What were we before? If you go back, like when you were asking me who gave birth to me, and I told you my parents, and you said I should go back. If you go back, because Ndibuna say, Gina ma ho ebe mnesi mamage.
Yeah.
Iga me ebe gene. Eba no
Before
kose.
Kose, yes.
You get? So you need to know your roots. And if you go to that route, which many of us don't want to go, that's why we just staying with what we've been given, what we have. If we go back to that root, we ourselves that has gone back, we will intentionally come back to this one we have now. We'll trample on it, we'll fold it and put it, set it to fire.
So practically,
because what we have
practically
before,
saying, you now
what we had before.
So you now believe in
better.
tradition.
What
That
I'm
is what
saying
you're trying
is
to say.
what we call it tradition. Like culture, every culture has tradition.
Tradition.
The way they do their thing, what works for them.
Okay, should I say you now believe in culture?
Culture is natural.
So at what point?
You don't need to believe in it. You are
Because
born into it.
the
You go by
Lucas
it.
I know. I don't want to use your new name. The Luke I knew once believed in Christianity with me.
Yeah,
once
actually,
believed
I
in this
carried it up
Christian God.
here, like-
Once prayed with me 4 times a day in the church. Oh Lord, open our lips. Everybody was praying, was believing in it. At what point in your life did this thing change? Did this belief change? Was there any particular circumstance or anything that happened? At what point did this thing change?
The trust was
The look
betrayed.
became ludus, and the thought changed from being a subjective Christian to a God of your own, and who needs to understand nature and God. I don't know if you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying.
I know.
So at what
Yes, I
point,
understand very,
what
very,
was that
very,
striking
very, very
point
much.
where things changed for you?
All right. From Luke to Ludex, a rebirth. Yeah, I like that. All right. What I'm trying to say is that what actually happened is we are already, or if we can understand that, the church, the God, the Bible, all of them, they are all just one entity, one organization, one institution.
Okay.
That's why it's a Catholic institution.
Okay.
You get now, and when I talked about betrayal of trust, it's that body. You can't separate it because all of them makes up that
How did they
institution.
betray you?
Now the betrayal started when I started asking some few questions first for myself.
Okay.
Something like the topic we're actually discussing: does God
Answer prayer.
answer prayer? Which already it is this God that we're talking about. You
Yeah.
know, the Christian one.
At that time, you were talking about the
The one of the
Christian
Bible,
God. Yeah.
the one I've been given, the one I've been taught, the one I've made to come and live with.
Okay.
Now I'm asking myself, and these didn't go down to because there was some time I prayed, please I need to pass my exam, and then I failed. No, it's just I can't necessarily give back again the experience I have, but I know how it still feels when I decided to, ask those questions, which didn't just happen one day. Normally we go for apostolic work, and during those periods, you see things, whereby you're sent to a parish and then you stay with the priest, even as a junior seminarian, as a senior seminarian. So several experiences added.
Can you share
get-
one of these experiences? I want to understand what actually betrayed your trust. Was it what you were told, or what you saw people doing?
What I was told, what I saw,
What you
what
discovered.
I came to go through, then what all of them are all discovery. They're all discovery.
That's a whole
you
lot,
get.
bro. Let's start talking.
So
Let's start from what you were told.
let me put up this first one. Or I should leave that side because we already know. Because if I bring it up, I know some viewers will be like, is that normal accusation? We already know. You say that, you say that. But I'm still going to say because it's the truth.
What is it? No, tell us.
Regardless of-
You are no longer sharing
Now-
what views we say. This
the
is about your
church-
personal experience. What
the
you
church. I think the way I will feel about the church is going to be very, very much different from how you feel about the church.
Yeah.
You who is just a believer, we call them
Laymen.
the laymen, the lay faithful.
Lay faithful.
The way I will feel and the way I felt and the way I see the church is very, very much different from you.
Yeah.
It's just like being in politics. You are inside the main
You are
cabinet
the
of
politician
Hope.
and you are the electorate.
You get Hope, our governor.
Yeah.
You are inside the cabinet. How you'll be feeling about that position or whatever you are doing there, whatever post given to you, the way you'll be taking it, the way you understand what is going
Because
on,
your
it's gonna be
life your life depended on it.
You
This
are
was like a
in this.
profession to
You are
me.
in the ship.
So share
You
with
get
us.
it's different from someone who is just on the land. I'm inside the ship, and now in that ship, why is its trust broken? Is because for long we all have come to get clips of some things going in the church, which along the way
Things like
the church will be like, we're sorry. Yes, one of my priest friends told me one time that even the church came to apologize at the time because I asked him that he was saying, no, the church is the best. Church is, he said what he said. I said, what was the church's role during slavery?
okay.
I asked him that question. All he said was, the church has apologized.
Oh.
And that was during the time of
But they
John
didn't
Paul.
remove it from the
Sorry.
Bible after the apology.
Calm
They
down.
still say slave, listen to your masters or
Thank
stuff
you.
like that. We saw
Now,
that.
that is just the Bible part. But in the Bible, we weren't told, for example, in Congo, what
The road,
King Leonard
yes,
did.
Leopold.
Sorry, thank you. What he did. For those of us who know. An example is they were made to mine, was it copper or silver?
Yeah, some of those.
And they were given
a lot.
a target per day. If you're unable to
If you
reach
don't
that
meet the
target,
target, they
it
cut off
chops
your hand.
Okay, man, you know the story
hand
too.
Yes.
of yours. And he was, let me say, like the
About
prince
eight-
of the church at
about
the time.
8 million.
Thank you.
Let him share. So it won't look
You-
like
you-
one side.
Yes,
Good. Now.
but
Share
what
us the
happened
story.
is that, yes, that is just the truth during slavery. Do you understand the point? These people, they committed a lot of atrocities in Africa.
Okay.
They did a lot of havoc in Africa. Right there, that's, I think King Leopold was the king of Belgium there. Are you getting the point? So after the partition of Africa, following the Berlin Conference, it was that Congo and some neighboring countries there that fell into his own share. And so he decided to approach it with the heart of a despot. They will give you a responsibility. Look, the ivories, there we're harvesting the ivories, the rubber.
And they were using the church to orchestrate this.
I'm coming to that. So they were just doing all these things. And then at the command of that guy, the king, they were chopping off people's hands if you fail to make targets. Yes, it happened. If the pictures are there, the picture, if you
Another example,
Google, you
he
see
he
it.
actually had a human zoo.
Yes, but look at
Zoo.
now
And
where
who are
the
those in
church.
these zoos? Sorry. Kids. Black.
Yes,
children.
yes.
When
Things
these
like
kids,
that happen.
you know, they are the
That
cages.
is why I see Africa need to have their eyes open so that we know where we are coming from in order to determine where we are going.
Thank you.
So this is
Otherwise,
one
we
of
can't
the
head where
this is
we
one
are
of the
going.
things that betrayed your
But
trust
bringing
historically.
the church in, bringing the church in, you know that the church, the missionaries, okay, they worked in consonance with the colonialists, as it were. The missionaries took advantage of the open door by the colonialists to come in to spread their gospel, their beliefs.
Actually, sorry, the missionaries were sent first. Let me break it down. Before the
it is
forces
still
came,
a subject of controversy.
no, it's on fact. The missionaries came first. They came to mellow us down, subdue us, make us have these acceptance spirits.
Now the
Calm
question
down.
there, no,
but
the question there
calm down,
now
calm down.
is-
This is what I'm trying to say. They didn't come then with the Bible to tell us that slave, the masters of no. They came to do the same thing Paul came to Rome to do. You guys, there's this altar you have. It's the same thing I came to do. How about we do it together? And they started doing it together, and little by little, it was changing. These are strangers.
No,
remember,
no, there's a question I want to
in
ask
Igbo
you.
tradition, let me use Igbo land as an example, which is practically general in whole Africa. We don't despise strangers.
Yes.
We don't deny a stranger a room. Now, when these people came, it was that same spiritual mindset we have. Open doors. They came in. The missionaries came first before the military walked in. So they were already here to tell us about God, to tell us about the way of life, to tell us about any religion and how to go about our daily life. Little by little, breaking down that which we already had. First, baptizing, demonizing, reshaping that which holds us strong. You see the way Christians...
Destroying our culture.
Thank you.
Practically.
Practically first.
There is no
before the military
there is
came
no
in.
saying that.
That is how it was.
Okay, but what I want to find out from you.
You get. Now the military
Eh?
came in when it was time to take over. The division and conquer has already happened. They came, come, these people are the bad people. You are the evil ones. Those who decided to give their life, what? And now the good ones. It's already dividing amongst kinsmen. Go to the Bible, let's be scriptural in some parts. There said, Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace. I actually came to bring what?
Sword.
Division.
Okay. We have had
So
a little.
Now,
we
now
have-
let's go
we
back
had
to
a
trust.
little test of
Let's
this.
go back to trust.
Sorry,
No,
Let's
before we
okay,
go
hold
back-
on,
no,
sorry.
let us-
We've had a little test of this history. Anybody that wants to know more about
Yeah, it's open there.
how
You can-
historically how the church came in to water the ground for civilization, for colonization and stuff like that. Can go and read up.
Yes.
But I'm more interested in this man's personal story.
And that is
How
part of
he-
the thing. Now he said that he felt
So
betrayed by what the Catholic Church.
Historically.
No,
Are
I
you
was
getting the
pointing
point?
out one of the things. He said
Yeah,
I should
this
go
is
step by
just
step.
one. This is just one.
He mentioned,
So
did my parents
he-
fail me? Did God fail me? Did the church fail? Did the formators? Did my fellow students? So I'm just trying to
So what was the next
pick
thing?
points in
What was the
these
next
things.
thing?
You
Yeah.
get?
Maybe in our future
Now-
episodes, we can discuss something like that.
Good. Now,
Yeah,
and
but yeah,
then
we
I
can
was,
discuss about how the church came into water the ground
I
for
was,
colonization.
I was
That's
able,
right.
or I was trying to tell us how all these things are one. Because my parents were here before me. They were baptized before me. They were given this indoctrination too before me. And as a child, you look up to your parents.
Yeah.
So I felt betrayed because how I had to ask myself, how come did I come about this?
Why didn't
And
your
my
parents question
were
it?
able to.
Accept
But
it.
along the line, I had to forgive them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I found myself in the ship, but they didn't. So
Yeah.
it's about what
Okay,
will I
that is
say?
how he relates to your parents.
Yes, just that way. But
Okay.
they were supposed to know better. They were supposed to know better,
Okay.
and they were supposed to do better.
So what
But
is the
at
next
the
thing
time,
about this?
you look and understand that okay, fine, you're here now. You can't keep living the past. You can't keep holding on to.
Yeah.
I get cause I keep pointing fingers. Then how can I discover what I want to discover?
So what is
I
the
moved
next thing
past
that betrayed this trust?
But then why I held so much and still till today onto the church, because I see religion to be more of the cancerous virus sort of thing, how cancer spreads. There's
Deep.
yes, thank you. There's a priest, Unebu, one of our famous priests from outside. Back in the days, he said the church is like Idemri, mud, Neriko. That's the job.
Yeah.
You know, when rain falls, it just keeps gathering, keeps spreading. That's the church. It doesn't care, am I supposed to be here? Am I not supposed to be here? It just keeps going. You get the point now. So I hold religion much more as a betrayal of trust. Because even if I become a priest, I don't belong to my family anymore. I'll be under the church. You get? So the trust was much more on
and
the
becoming
church.
a priest means continue to spread this cancer. This
Thank you.
virus.
Give myself, because it's a training ground, it's a training school. We are just programmed. That's why I said it's a culture that has a tradition. That's why you know we wake up by 6 in the morning, we go to bed. There's prayer. These things are set. It's a culture, and by the time you become a priest, it becomes part of you.
Even before
Because
you
it's a
become
habit.
me, I pray every time.
Thank you. It
even
becomes a
without-
habit.
Helplessly, I don't know when
So
I
you
start
can
praying.
see that there is no way along the line they gave us, hey, you are here to find God, you are here to know God, you are here to understand God, and let us do it. You are here to find God, you are here to know God, but in our way, we are going
There
to,
for the rules and regulations.
yes, we are going to help you. But the helping, we don't need your contribution.
Yeah.
Just do what we ask you to do.
Yes.
That's the same thing as training a military man. That's why they said what? Obey the last command. No questioning. You are sent. Go down there, carry out this thing. You go.
Do whatever
Yeah.
you're
You get?
asked to do.
Now, certain, comfort or trust line was given. You become a priest, you be celibate, you be chaste. We don't do this. We don't amass wealth. We are there to save souls. Why do we save souls? Because God came, died for us.
Did you have a problem with any of those rules?
The
Become a
rules.
celibate, don't amass wealth, don't. Did you have a problem with any of them?
It wasn't easy. Like you can ask any junior sem. It wasn't easy starting. The junior seminary, quite right. All of us had our challenges.
I was there too.
Waking up. Most of us woke up late. Most of us woke up naked. There are some of us punishments were given. You remember?
Yeah.
Master Jude had to ask some to dance naked from the gates, Assumpta gates then. While the others were in the chapel to dance naked with pots on their head down. Good. So those challenges all shape everything. But let's leave the junior section, because then you are still trying to know someone or two things. Let's just go to where the real deal is now. That is where you now, after your first apostolic work, which is after the SS3 junior.
Yeah.
The main thing is when you now get into spiritual year. Spiritual year, actually, for me, if any of my classmates who went to spiritual year with me is saying this, first thing they're going to tell you is, Abe Vianney. Leave that human being. You should know his story. Abe Vianney is a man who was so righteous. According to the story,
Yeah.
he led a life of righteousness. He ate rarely. He slept on stones. You know, he was more of this sorrowful priest that welcomed the suffering of the people of his time, and he was able to have vision of Christ and all those experiences. along the line in my spiritual life, which is 1 year, I became that person. Not him. I was living the life, like that life of, what do they call them again? There's something they call them. I've kept all these things also. Whereby you become this embodied. You embody yourself into the suffering of Christ.
Okay.
You try to eat less. You try to be more humble. You try to understand. Some of my classmates gave me trouble. For example, okay, I'm not going to call names. So some of them gave me trouble. And hey, he pretend the manana, no, and I was trying to do this thing. Sometime after meals, I'll go take all the plates out. It's not my job. It's none of our job.
Yeah, to go
I'll
and
go
wash.
to go wash. Doing
To show
this,
humility.
thank you, these sacrificial things. That is where your journey actually starts as a priest. In
That is that
spiritual year.
striking thing that made you to say, it's over between me and the church.
Calm down. Like I said, this is your journey. This is your beginning. Once you get to the spiritual year, this is where you now be like, this is it. I am going.
I'm
This
facing
is this is what it is now. Many of us gave anything like during the first apostolic work just to make sure we get there. Some of us didn't make it. I didn't expect to, but I did. You get. Now, having passed there, then you now get into Seat of Wisdom, the university, the big branch where you now meet other seminarians. Now, this is where you now get that life that is broader. It is a university, a campus where you have big guys, those your age, those above you, but still with that rule and everything. You're now putting on the white and the rules are still there. This is where you now get to study. You read for your philosophy, you read for your theology. And during the philosophy days, yes, many people think philosophy is all about, hey, don't believe in God. No. Philosophia, it's actually simple understanding of this person is a philosopher. Why? This person loves wisdom. This person want to enrich himself with knowledge. That's how they call you philosopher. Love of wisdom.
Yeah.
Lover of wisdom.
Yes.
Lover of knowledge. Lover of logic. Lover of facts. You want to know. You like questioning, not because you doubt. It's because you want to have concrete knowledge. You get? So that when someone says,
about what you believe in.
Thank you. What is this? You can be able to say, this thing is this thing. You don't get to be like, it's that. No. That's not you believing in it. Believe is you're able to stand for that thing. You're able to say what it is. You know it intrinsically. Not just by the color of this mic. You know this mic in the sense that you don't need to open this mic to know that there is some wires in there.
Yeah.
It has
Doing
this.
their own job.
Thank you. You know all these things. This is you now having concrete. Then you now believe that this is a mic because it does this job. You get?
So was it
So
the
now
philosophy that tried to?
No. It wasn't even the philosophy. During the philosophy days, I was more free. I don't think
You are
I
still
really.
following patterns.
Yeah, it's all pattern all
At
the way.
what point? I
But
want to know.
during philosophy, you are more free. More free in the sense that that time, you just be jumping here and there. But when you get to theology, it's another atmosphere. Let me say, that is where you are now, like in the second stage of this is it. You get, because it's after theology. You now have like barely 1 year.
Even in philosophy, people were still feeling like, oh, I can go out
That's
there,
what I'm saying.
go and
That's
do my
different
youth
time.
service and disconnect from
this
the
is not really,
seminary. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But once you come for theology, doing a second degree, you'll be like,
your head is.
I'm here to be a priest now, no going back.
You get the point.
So was it that theology feeling that made you
philosophy
start to
studies-
question some things?
During my philosophy studies, yes, that was when I got into some time. You know, the library was there, books were there, and then definitely, like I said, you want to know more. But you get to ask yourself, you can't be a philosopher, and yet you sit down in the church every Sunday, and the priest preaches for you how God loves you, God does this, He's doing it for your sake, but if you don't do like this, you're going to burn in hell. But He loves you. Just remember He loves you.
Yeah.
You get? There was a snake talking to somebody, and you swallowing it. Nah.
So snake never spoke to
Okay.
anybody.
Truth speaking,
Okay.
no, I'm not getting that. That's not what I'm necessarily saying. Truth speaking, this is how it happens for everybody. Everybody, you get. This is how it's happening. But the thing is, I couldn't just swallow mine.
Okay, what happened is that
I had to say, no,
you
there's more to this.
listen to
Okay,
me.
okay,
you
okay,
you
man.
got offended.
No.
You got offended not because of human error.
No.
As in maybe the priest have told you.
There were human errors, definitely.
I'm coming. Priest have told you. You see, you don't have to go after women, and then you eventually find them going after women. This is human error now. Now, or are you talking about system error? Because all what you have been talking about here now boils down to system errors. Is it that
No,
because
I made mention of I've dealt with my parents, right? I started from there,
The church.
then the church. Next is he wants me to go straight in line, but I'm trying to avoid saying it. Now you said it.
of course, now I
Thank
have to
you.
say it.
They were in play too.
Okay, so this
Yes.
is one of the
so it's
reasons
not
why
that's why I
you
said you don't just separate one. Say is it? No, it is the whole thing.
There are a lot of things.
It is the institution.
Including
You get
individual problems.
because
of
they
the
told
piece.
us they promised us that this mic is going to work because as long as you connect it. But I did it exactly they said, but it's not working.
Nothing
What do you do?
So can you narrow it down?
So narrowing down is that yes, now in the system part, the system failed because what the church stands for is not what it's doing.
So basically, what is that thing the church was doing wrongly? Or were you still holding on to the bad eggs of colonial Christians, the early missionaries that came to water the ground for colonial masters? Were you still holding that against the church? Or there is still other things that the church was doing at the recent time? Now that is about the church of me and you, the church of our classmates as priests, the church of Reverend Father of your brother that you know. It's no longer the church of Father Keto and Father Port and Father Hillary Clinton.
All right,
This is not the church
say
of
like this,
me and you.
Currently, church of us now. Thank you. God can solve everything according to the church. You just need to pray to Him, do His words, right? But have you ever seen the church? Because the church is the hand of God now, even since then, in our world. Have you ever seen the church really interfering or intervening in any of the way they say they can? Have you ever?
Like our prayers solving insecurity.
Thank you, which is still
our
important
prayers
to that.
solving anything.
Has it ever done so?
This is the reason why we are here.
It has not.
Does their God answer prayer?
It has not.
It does.
But no, it has not. It has never for once. It is not answering. Because if we take our society,
that the
calm
church
down,
is not answering or that
Or
God
the
is
God
not
is not
answering.
answering.
what we've been given, because the God is part of the church, then so does this God.
Yes.
That's why I keep saying this God, you see.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me you're a Christian and you want to pray to Allah. It can never happen.
Yeah.
Yes,
You can't walk into a mosque to go pray your rosary. Neither can a Muslim come into the Catholic church to pray his beads. So everybody has their God.
their
They
own
pray
pattern
to.
of
So we're
praying.
talking about this Christian one. We're not talking about every God. We're not
Okay,
talking about
okay.
the whole of the thing. So this Christian God, that's what we're talking about. And I said it has never worked. Because it doesn't work for us. It may be working for the whites that brought this for us. But it's not working for us.
Or it's working for you, you don't know it's working
No,
for
no,
you.
no, no, no. It will take us back to that. Despite the fact that we may have this interfering of the gods, doesn't remove the fact that has already put in place things that we. So when things happen to me, I don't go back to say, Chineke, thank you. It has already been put in place.
So how do you appreciate the thing that
I don't need to appreciate. Why am I appreciating?
So it was obvious that everything
This
they
is
told you
existence. Keep flowing. What are you appreciating?
to do. No.
meant
No.
to
Let's
Why?
not go back to.
Yes,
how we
I don't want to go back because
Now let's focus on this Christian God and the whole thing that you called betrayal. You were there. You were praying how they asked you to pray, doing the things they asked you to do, but no results.
no results. Thank you.
That was it.
Nothing, and still doesn't.
Okay, now we have established that while you were in the seminary trying to be a priest, the God they sold to you, the patterns they taught you wasn't working. So you decided to leave, to go and rediscover yourself and find yourself. Now you are in the you are canvassing for culture and religion, culture and tradition per se. Now, is this your God of culture and tradition? Is it working for you? Because it's still part of the prayer we are talking about. Anyone that works, you follow that way. Now, is this your God of culture working?
Culture and tradition, way of life. Now, I left the church not just because the God wasn't answering,
Okay.
because the church itself is also not keeping to its mandate. The church is not keeping to the mandate. Like, let me say, it's like a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Yeah, it has this face, it has that other face. There are a lot of things if you start delving into what the
Break
church
it down.
really is.
That is why we are here. Break it
The
down.
truth is, the church is not what it is. That's what I'm going
Give
to
us
say.
an example.
But the point is, it has this front face, and it is that front face we know. You see, Christian religion is of two sides, the one we know and the one we don't know. That is why the Vatican is so well secured. So what are they securing? Knowledge is power. Vatican archive holds thousands of years information. That is why they are powerful. That is why the Vatican is powerful. It has information. Are you getting my point now? Information rules, especially when you have the right source. And how did they acquire this information? When they were going about destroying everything that was. That is how you have information now. Monopoly. If you want to take charge of these streets now, and I'm coming with new pure water, I'll have to destabilize the ones that were here already and make my own much more. And how do I do it? I need to know about these guys. That's how you go for market survey.
Yeah.
You go find out what is selling out there. How are they doing it? And then they come back. I take it up and I rebrand. Either I seize it from them, take them down, find some loopholes in there, and so I can
Capitalize on the loopholes and
Thank
then
you,
fire them.
and use it to top up. And then I have people coming to me. That is why the Catholic Church till today has the highest number, the highest form of worship, the highest. They keep branding things. If you break the church's tradition down, you will see that it is not original to the church. Even we too know that if we start breaking down, what of Christmas? What of that one? They will tell you, yes, pagan worship, but we have baptized it.
Yeah.
It is not original to them. How come it's not original to
They
you?
stole it from
When
people.
you tell us this is an institution given by God direct, and yet you took from someone else. It doesn't make any sense. If you're actually original and from somewhere, then you'll be from somewhere.
Yeah.
Your own source. You get the point. You don't take from Fab and say, don't worry, I branded it. It's now Ludek's own. This is Fab's. You just took a cloth and wrapped it. You get? So it's not yours, no matter how. The mitre, the
You can imagine as
The
big as
podcast
the
and
birth,
whatever.
as big as the birth of the founder of the so-called
Thank you.
church. They never had a date for it. As big as this is
How
the day
come?
they gave birth
Now they
to
will tell you some
the
scholars
founder of
missed
this
it,
whole
they couldn't
thing.
get it. They couldn't.
They-
This will not take us back to when was the Bible even actually written?
If it's
200
supposed
to
be a
300 years
documentation.
after the so said birth of Christ. You get? So if we keep going, keep digging, we'll find out that if there was a savior, if there was a time he came, his name can never be Jesus. And Christ attached to it is not original to the Israelites or to whatever, the Bible, whatever. Christ, the word Christ has been there long ago. Yes, it still means a savior, one who comes to do something different, miracle get, but it's not original to Jesus Christ. And Jesus can never be the name. You get?
So some of these
because-
discoveries, we have some of the things that challenged your
Exactly.
faith.
All these things came in, all these things keep coming in. Now, if we now leave this part of the church and now go back, okay, fine, I'll come in and me and you, look at the priest, I'm serving under you. Are you living today life? What are you showing me? What am I getting from you? I'm not seeing those things.
So assume all these things are corrected
thefts.
now. Are
So
you
even
going
the
to come
historical
back? Are you going
church
to come
is
back
wrong.
to the church?
Currently, for
Assume
it
all
to be
these things are
corrected,
corrected and then everything.
If you're talking about correction,
restored.
if you're talking about correction, we'll go back to back in the days when Rome was still handling Israel and when Africa was still original to itself. We'll be going back to a lot of things.
And that is where you find
And
yourself
then
now.
Jesus won't even be born. Because he was not
Because
Jesus
there
in
was
the
no
first
birthday
place.
for Jesus.
He was not Jesus in the first place. How did they come down to Jesus? Even the word God, that's why I keep not wanting to use it, because it's also a name brought in. For even the Bible tells you that I stand by my name and no other name. My name shall not be spoken in vain. Are you getting? Now, if you have a name and I decide to, let's leave this
Oh,
name.
for the sake of time. For the sake
the
of
issue
time.
of the name of Jesus Christ. Is
Now, I don't want
no,
to go
it's
there.
something we'll discuss
I've already
next
gone
time.
to the
Are you
next
getting
step.
the point?
I've gone to the next step.
Yes. It's
There is
something we'll
theft
dis-
in the church.
Sometime in future
There
we're
is-
going to discuss
There
it.
is murder happening in the church. There is both incest, there is pedophile, there is trafficking of girls, prostitution, and all of those things.
No, leave this.
So
leave
we
this,
can't
leave-
keep
leave this.
embroidering it. But I'm just
So
listening.
these are things you experience
These are
personally,
things.
firsthand,
Yes, I had
or
some.
things you.
I had some experiences.
What
yes.
is one of the experiences?
One of
you
the
have
experiences
been
is this,
critical?
that there was a time, I've actually been approached several times to be slept with.
By a
By a
priest.
priest.
Yes, one was a priest, another was a senior seminarian, then another one was just,
Catholic sister.
I
But-
wish a sister
But this
came.
was not the church.
But
this was
calm down.
an individual's error.
Calm
This
down
was
now.
not the church.
Calm down, yes. I've talked about the church. I'm not holding this one on the church. I'm holding this one on these individuals.
Okay.
But I'll still put it on the church. How? Because the church knows. If we go back in years, the church has started this, like it's been there. So you asking me, what if all these things are corrected? How can? It is a tradition of the church. Just that this is the side many don't see, and many that see turn the eyes. Why? Because they just want to be there.
Oh, we've really come a long way,
Mind
but
your business.
I would like us to be more conclusive at this point.
But do you
Because-
think that, or don't you think that you might have been the person God raised to change this whole thing?
Yes, exactly. I can believe that, but I can't be in a dirty water and expecting to make the water clean. I will have to go out, look for tools, look for material, net or whatever, and from outside I'll be scooping the
dirty
dirt.
ones out.
Thank you. My mom asked me one time when I brought this thing up, okay, at least no, not she wasn't saying I should have been a priest. She's saying I should have been still in the church and remain Gambama. I said no. It doesn't work like that. I can't be there. Either I am killed or I am ridiculed. Not like I fear those things. Or I am taken for granted because
Probably they could have even been the ones to expel you.
Thank you.
It
It's
would not be
become
like
a
you have been
tradition.
rusticated from the seminary.
thank you. Now they will not have a reason to brand me that he left in faith. He was, but I had to move out. I have to go out of it. I've already seen it. Now, if someone is telling me that you've not been in the church, you don't know what you talk, then I will be like, okay, I don't know much. I've been there, and I'm telling myself I don't need to necessarily be a priest.
But where you
First.
are now in this culture, do you think it's a safe zone to be? Do you think this is where we can be? All of us, let us go and start practicing culture with this man. He's preaching
Actually,
it right.
I'm not practicing culture. Culture is our way of life. It's something you live. As an Igbo man, I'm trying my best. I did dress also like an Igbo man. So I'm just living life. It's not something I need to practice in order to be it. It is me. So that's why when they say, oh, because you jega on church, you are not practicing.
Okay.
No. This is how your life is. Just like the white man puts on suits, take his wife to church. It is their tradition. They take their mom, they do this. It is their tradition. They eat, what is this thing they have during Christmas? There's one that will not bring turkey and kill. It is their tradition. Just like we have anya mwonwa, anya boro. It is culture.
Yeah.
It is how our life is. You get? So there is nothing like, am I practicing culture? What you now be asking me now is, I think what you be asking me is, since I've left, my discoveries and all, and where I am in my present state of being, is it really getting me closer to what I'm looking for?
And how beneficial are they?
Thank you. That is what you should now ask. So, in conclusion, if you ask me to conclude, what I would say is, people don't want to take responsibility. That is why something else is attributed, like, it's the fault of the devil. Chineke, thank you, I give me. You are what? The author of your life.
Yeah.
We quote these things, that is the most important part. Like, that's the most disturbing part. We quote this thing.
Subconsciously,
Your
we
life
say
is in
them.
your hand. It is how you do it.
Yeah, the
it's about
architect.
your will. But we don't even accept it. But we say this thing. You are the architect of your life.
When problem comes, you close your eyes and start to
Start
pray
calling
and
on
start
something
looking
else.
for what does not come.
Forgetting that time you are closing your eye, you are only gingering yourself to do what you're supposed to do. Because you can't tell me that you're in your house. You need money. God, give me good money. But you want to be in your house. You don't want to go to work. How will that money come? Don't even go to your brother. Man, one or two. This is still you working.
Excuse me, you can as well go out to work and you probably won't get anything in return. If
You keep
don't
doing
see
it.
the face
Even
of your
the
God.
book of Proverbs says it's from the work of your hand you eat.
So you believe in that?
That the book of Proverbs quotes something good doesn't mean the whole of the book is good. Let me summarize with this. In our geography textbook, right? Geography is all about the land, how our world works and all that thing. Like, talking about rocks, talking about how water moves, those are true. But the textbook lies when it tells us that the earth is the thing rotating around the sun. But that one is the topic for another day. The earth doesn't move.
No, it does.
No, it
So
doesn't.
I want
It's
to
a
ask
topic
you,
for
I want
another
to
day.
ask you one more
Surface of
question.
the
It's in your Bible. Go and read Genesis very, very well again. You that believes in your Bible, you see that thing I'm talking about? Some facts are even there, but you guys don't open your eyes to it. Sorry, I have to say like this. You get?
No, there's no problem.
Your geography textbook, the science teaches you now that the earth is spinning in thousands of miles, but we are sitting down here ever since.
Of course.
If the earth is really spinning, it is spinning. But then your airplane needs to lift from ground, travel to get where it is. If the earth is really spinning, why don't the plane just go up, stay there, the earth will spin. If you get to where, and it will land.
Well,
It doesn't work like
what
that.
you are
Okay,
saying-
we've,
Bible tells us
we've,
that is not
we've
the
really,
case.
really,
Still,
really
you
come
get.
a long way. And we will like to come to the end of this particular episode. Mr. Ludes, you've done so well. Ogema, you've been there with your questions. And the interaction section has been very, very, very great. Nobling, wonderful conversations going on here. Every other thing we can discuss can go in the comment section. In fact, I want to beg you.
Wait, sorry.
I
before
want
you
to
close.
beg you, Mr. Luke. I
Before you
can't,
close,
I can't
wait,
let you
wait.
to keep speaking.
No, I'm not
Okay.
speaking now.
Okay.
The question is, does God answer prayer?
Yeah.
I believe I've answered that, even though not directly.
Yeah.
I've answered that by establishing that there are gods, you get, and people do go to. Yes, so at some point in time, if that God can do it, that's answering prayer.
Yeah.
But also, I've also, established the fact that it doesn't necessarily remove the fact that,
You are God.
like, it just flows from
up.
from beginning. Even in their participation, it is part of the whole thing. If not, they won't be in existence in the first
But is
place.
it also right to say that practically we don't even need to pray to anybody?
Yes. Because what are you praying for? Because, okay, let me quote now. Your Bible says, God's time is the best. Believe in God's handwork and all that. He provides in the appointed time when you need it. What are you praying for if you believe that?
But we are only praying to ask for those higher beings to come and assist us.
Yeah, it is that higher being that said that.
That's what we are saying.
I will do it in my own time. So why don't you just trust it? Sit down and let it do its job when it's time for it to do its job.
It simply means you will keep trying.
No, it means you don't believe.
You will keep
No,
trying.
you don't believe. That's why you keep pressure. Please, I am calling on you. Help me. You don't believe. You're always disturbing your dad. Dad said, on the 25th of December, I will get you this. Bam. That's your dad. You come the next day, Dad, please now. Will you do it? Will you do it? Try that 3 times and let me know how your dad is going to feel. He's going to ask, he said, come, why are you? Is it that you don't trust me anymore? You don't believe in what I say? I keep using this practical example so that we also analyze because
Okay.
you can't
Have
go.
you seen the thing now that your father will say, come? Does it mean that you don't believe what
Or
I
you
have
don't
told
trust
you? Does it mean that you don't believe that I've answered your request when you said that you are going to buy me clothes for Christmas? Does it mean you don't believe? Meaning that the same thing applies here. That also, when people ask God, they should also believe and go.
You
with
don't
that
need to
faith.
ask God because the book has already told you. If you are to ask God, it means okay, you know better before, you've not heard it. But this book has already told you. You've read it. Now you know that it is going. He is going to do it. So what are you now asking for again?
The same book said, ask me.
Then that's contradiction.
It's not.
Then he's looking for attention.
It's not.
So what is he looking for? Don't ask me. I'll do it in my time. Ask me.
No, he didn't say so. He didn't say don't ask me. He said ask me.
No,
And
calm
that
down.
I'm
He
going
said,
to do this
I will
thing.
do it in my time.
Then he said, always
My time is
tell
the best.
me about
Trust
this
in me.
and ask me
And
to.
in another page, he said, ask me. Ask, I will answer you. Oh, you only
No.
Keep
It's
trying.
not straight up. You define that God is the same today, yesterday, today, and forever. Does he? Does he?
Yes, now he is.
Does he?
Yes.
According to the Bible, in the Old Testament, he was killing and killing and killing.
If
And at
we-
the time, he changed.
Ludex, if we
Are
continue
you
with
really
this
going to get
conversation-
married? Are you really
Me?
going to?
I already have a wife.
Is there anyone?
Okay, but you can ask that off the camera.
Okay,
You
sorry,
can ask
sorry,
that.
sorry
Thank
for
you very
those-
much. We just have to come to
I
the
don't
end
have
of
a
this
wife. Sorry,
conversation. for
he
today.
made me say that. I don't have a wife yet. Oh, I have a wife. I don't
So
think-
what if your wife
Thank
or
you.
your future
Thank you,
wife
guys.
believes in God?
Thank you, guys. He's going to find someone.
The
just
belief in
like
the
him.
God is not the problem.
He's going to find someone just like him. A lot of
Exactly.
us has been established, and I believe this episode is worth it. We have done our best trying to answer these questions, and of course, we expect you to also contribute to this wonderful interaction. Let us tell ourselves the truth of the matter.